This Dordt Media Network student-produced live stream broadcast is brought to you by Joyner and Zwart Dentistry in Orange City, offering dentures, implants, and dental care for your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere. And brought to you by 712 Realty, a team of realtors in Northwest Iowa with the drive, care, and the results you need to buy or sell your home. Visit them online at 712realty.com, leading you home.
Just basically recover from the first semester. Was it a good break for you?
Yeah, it was definitely a good break. I mean, got a lot of good family time and just enjoyed some time off. But, Coach still wanted us to put in the work, and that's exactly what we did because we're not satisfied.
You got back to practice, and I think you went almost a full week before you played the College of St. Mary. What were some things that were points of emphasis early on in getting back and practicing in that week leading up to the College of St. Mary and, in essence, the second half of the season?
Yeah, I mean, we just we worked on ourselves, like what our strengths. We continued to improve on our transition game, our defense, and obviously our offense. But yeah, Coach has put a really big emphasis on locking down on D and just playing as a team.
Was he happy with tonight's performance? Did he say much in the locker room afterwards?
Yeah, I think he was pretty pleased with our performance tonight, and it just showed what what we can be.
There are different ways of applying pressure in basketball, and oftentimes we think of defensive pressure. Do you ever think about the pressure you put on a team with your offense and the speed that you're able to play with? Is that real?
Yeah, I definitely think playing faster pace is definitely to our benefit. We have a really deep team, and so Coach emphasizes getting the ball out quick and going because they might not be as deep as us, and we can hurt them just as much with our defense as our offense.
What are some things that you've had to work on to improve?
Yeah, I definitely had to work on my shot. This is a college game, and they scout you well, and if you're not going to shoot it, they'll dog you, and they'll double in the post. And so I made that a priority over the summer and the offseason to improve on my shot so I could take some pressure off our post.
You feeling more and more comfortable with that shot?
Yeah, I am, yep.
How'd you get into basketball? I mean, mom and dad play? How'd you get going?
Yeah, I mean, I'm the oldest, so yeah, my parents always played basketball, and then just from a young age, went to basketball games, and then played since I was little.
Has it always been basketball for you? I mean, in terms of the priority, or not the priority, but maybe the Did you always like basketball most?
I played a lot of sports, but basketball was always my favorite, yep.
Okay. Well, we got Hastings on Saturday, and Concordia had some troubles with them for about 30 minutes, and now Concordia is going to win that game the way it looks. You like to think maybe you get a breather here and there, but probably not on Saturday.
Yeah, no, this league is stacked with teams, and every day we're going to have a challenge, and it matters how we come out. And, if we play like we did tonight, then I feel like nobody can stop us, but we have to have that mentality.
I will let you go. Thanks for coming up, Macy.
Thank you. That's
Macy Sievers talking about tonight's contest, and she will hand the headphones off to Coach Bill Harmson. And Bill Harmson will make his way over as well. The Dordt defenders, and I'm going to take a look at those scores now in the league and see if any of them have gone final. 13 seconds left. Jamestown leads Briar Cliff 69-66. Concordia has beaten Hastings 70-57, so it was a halftime lead for Hastings. Concordia turns on the Jets in the second half, and still watching with great interest that Jamestown at Briar Cliff contest, and that is still a 3-point ball game with 13 seconds remaining. Coach Bill Harmson takes a seat beside me, and as you take a look at conference play, Coach, I have oftentimes I've said to Coach, it's It's really simple. Take care of your outcomes, and then you really don't care who wins and loses if you take care of your outcome. Your team did a pretty good job tonight of that, it seemed. Good start, kept the foot on the gas, and played a really nice ball game, I thought.
And this is our most complete ball game today, Mike. We turned it over too much, and that's just me going, we didn't do that statistical category, but everything else, we played really well. It was fun to see the ball drop for us today, and in that first half, we didn't miss many shots, and to put 52 on the board in the first half to their 25, I mean, just that deep, we were able to turn defense into offense. We were able to turn defensive rebounds into offense. And man, if we can bottle that up, this is going to be a really good team as we continue on.
52-29 at halftime. What do you talk about at halftime? Do you say it's 0-0? What do you do?
Well, I congratulate them, right? I mean, we really praise those things that we've done really well and those things that we're working on and keying on. And I always, at halftime, Mike, of every game, I go in and I give them my raw thoughts, right? After watching 20 minutes of basketball, I just go in right with them into the locker room and I give them my raw thoughts. And then I'll go sit with the coaches, come together with another plan, and then go back in. What I love about this team is there's games like today where I could have just let them take care of it themselves. They're all smart and they all know what we got to do better. They all knew the things that we had to dial into. And man, what a great game. And Macy just had an incredible game today. And Gracie, after a little slow start, really got going. Our transition game really worked. And Faith Van Hollen hitting a couple threes and Hayden hitting threes. It's just a great team effort.
We oftentimes think for a player like a Gracie Schoenhoven, and I'll use her name, but players who are quite gifted, you sometimes think, oh, you don't need to really coach them. You just need to you just need to get out of the way and let them do their thing. When she didn't get that fast start, I did notice you pull her over at one point, and the very next play, you got an isolation over on the wing. She took it to the basket. She scored. Sometimes you've got to be reminded of what your strength is.
Absolutely. And she's a freshman. And, you're going to have the ups and downs and the ebbs and the flows. But, man, this team really needs her to play well. And when she plays well, man, it's really fun. And so I didn't think defensively, to start the game, she passed up a couple shots. Yep. And then I think it was ball out of bounds. And I was like, hey, we're going to go right to her. And then she was able to score at the basket. And then her and Macy got going in transition together. And it was just like the lid came off. So really proud of Gracie, and she had a fight through some foul trouble today too. But really proud of her effort.
Your seniors, you threw it into Carly Gustafson right away at the beginning of the ball game. She gets a bucket, she gets a steal and a layup. Played with a lot of energy tonight, and we have said all along we're playing the long game with those players, but when they've got their spring in their step, they're still very effective.
Mike, didn't she look good? I mean, to start that game, and we went to her right away out of the block, and we just wanted to make sure that we established that inside game quickly. And, their post player, too. Yost, as a freshman, had a really nice game against Carly and Janie. But, boy, I thought Carly, Janie defensively, Gracie, Ellie, I thought they just did an awesome job defensively today for us.
I'm going to save some other questions for Saturday at Hastings, but right now I'll just say congratulations. Great start to the season for you, 10-0 in conference play. I'll let you go. Thanks for coming up.
Thank you, Mike.
That's Coach Bill Harmson talking about today's contest, and we will put the wraps on the women's game with the look at the scoreboard. Jamestown defeats Briar Cliff 73-68. That one has now gone final. So 73-68. Jamestown with the win. The Jamestown Jimmies, a team that took Dordt into the fourth quarter. Very tough game last week. They get a win on the road tonight over Briar Cliff. Briar Cliff slides to 7-3. Concordia, a 70-57 winner over Hastings. So Concordia keeps pace with Dordt after trailing at halftime. Concordia now 9-2. And Hastings is now 4-6. Doane, a winner over the College of St. Mary, 93-47. And so the Doane Tigers improved to 6-5. And the College of St. Mary slides to 0-11. What else do we have? Mount Marty and Midland, 60-54 Midland. And this is all in women's play. Midland is now 2-9. Mount Marty slips to 1-9. And what's that other one? Morningside defeats Northwestern 62-52. We'll have a little more in-depth look at some of those scores at halftime of the men's contest. The Morningside Mustangs improve to 6-5, while Northwestern slips to 7-3. Turning into a quagmire in the middle of the conference. You want to stay clear of that if you can. Men's basketball on the way. The Dordt Defenders enter tonight's contest with a 12-4 overall mark, 5-3 in the conference. Dakota Wesleyan 9-8 overall, 4-5 in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. Dakota Wesleyan is coached by Matt Wilbur, and Tigers beat Morningside on January 10 after suffering back-to-back losses to Viterbo and Concordia. Dakota Wesleyan's longest winning streak is 3 this year. They're topped by Jacob Dobney, 16.6 points per game, and Randy Rosenquist, a freshman from Dakota Dunes, is averaging 13.6 points per game. For the Defenders, Dordt has scored at least 80 points in 15 games this year, 88 or more, 11 times. They are led by Lucas Lorenzen and Bryce Kopic at 22 and 18 points per game. Here's your starting lineup for the Dordt men. Luke Rankin, Connor Milliken, Bryce Kopic, Lucas Lorenzen, and Ben Fairclaw. And for Dakota Wesleyan, it is Blaze Lubers, Randy Rosenquist, Jacob Dobney, Sam Asleason, and Callan Herman. We'll tell you more about their numbers as we go along. Women's pregame went a little bit long. With the basketball out front, they throw it down low. Dordt controls the opening tap. Lucas Lorenzen in the paint, tries to cross over, fading away from 10, is up and good. Lorenzen with a 2-point basket, and the Dordt Defender lead is 2-0. 2-0 our score. This Dakota Wesleyan team has shown themselves to be very capable, defeating Morningside 1 week ago. They had the weekend off, scheduled weekend off. Women were playing the College of St. Mary. With the basketball, Dobney against Rankin. Shot no good. Rebound cleared by Fairclaw. Gets it away to Rankin. Rankin up the floor, intended for Milliken. It's taken back by Dakota Wesleyan. Wesleyan with the basketball. Wesleyan driving in. Throw it cross court. Shot on the way. Blocked by Kopic. Rebound controlled. Wesleyan. Wesleyan 3. No good. Offensive rebound and a putback. No good that time by Asleason. And the Dordt Defenders come back the other way with the basketball. Rankin with it out front. Rankin goes left side to Lorenzen. Lorenzen with the ball. Lorenzen comes back out front. And Lorenzen passes it off to Bryce Kopic. Kopic goes back over to Lorenzen. Lorenzen 3, good. Lucas Lorenzen with 5, and the Dordt Defenders lead 5-0. Dakota Wesleyan is coached by Matt Wilbur, longtime head coach. Dordt coached by Brian Van Haften. With it on the right-hand side, Randy Rosenquist. Rosenquist shot no good from the perimeter. Rebound cleared by Lubers. Lubers down to the baseline, comes back over to Dobney. Dobney set shot 3, no good. And the rebound controlled by Herman. Herman with the ball. Dakota Wesleyan spreading the floor. 5 out right now. Dobney off the dribble, cut off by Fairclaw. He's got it out beyond the three-point line. Pass goes left side Herman. Herman dumps it down into the paint. Lubers back to the basket, working against Rankin. Puts it up off the glass, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Lorenzen. Lorenzen with the basketball over to Rankin. Rankin to Fairclaw. Fairclaw puts it up and it's blocked from behind. Rebound taken back by Dobney. Dobney will take it back as he lost it momentarily. Now picks it up. Brings it into the front court. Dobney, right side pass. Gets it back on the wing. Poked away. Taken by Rankin. Rankin with the basketball, directing traffic. Tries to pass it into the corner. It's taken back by Wesleyan. They jump the passing lane. That's Rosenquist. Rosenquist on the left elbow. Pass comes back over to Lubers. Lubers shot no good. And the rebound is controlled by Asleason. Asleason goes back out front. Top of the key, Dobney. Dobney, Rosenquist. Rosenquist 3, left wing, good. Rosenquist, a freshman from Dakota Dunes, part of that Dakota Valley dynasty that they have built up there. Some names from Northwest Iowa you'd recognize there from Sioux County. Coach is Jason Kleiss. He played for MLC Floyd Valley and eventually Morningside. Pass goes left side. This is Kopic. Kopic down to the baseline. His jumper from 12, no good on the baseline. Rebound controlled by Lorenz, and they'll double team him, and they force it off of his leg and out of bounds. It'll be Dakota Wesleyan basketball. So the Tigers in their blue jerseys, Dordt in their golds. Wesleyan's Blaze Lubers is a 6'3 junior from Harrisburg, averaging 10.7 points per game. Randy Rosenquist, 6-foot freshman from the Dakota Dunes, averaging 13.6 points per game. Jacob Dobney is the leading scorer, 6-foot junior from Vermilion, averaging 16.5 points per game. Right side pass down to Lubers. Lubers kicks it back to the top. Dobney with it in between the circles. Comes back over to Rosenquist. Rosenquist trying for the backdoor cut. Instead passes back over to Lubers. Dordt leading 5-3. Dobney off the dribble. Gets around Rankin. His pull-up jumper from 15, no good. And the rebound is tapped and controlled by Fairclough. Rankin with the basketball. Rankin pulls up. 17-footer. Too strong, no good. And the rebound cleared. Asleason is a 6'7 junior from Howard, South Dakota for the Tigers. He gets the pass on the left wing. Comes back right side. Callan Herman is a 6'2 junior from Norfolk, Nebraska, averaging 8.5 points per game. Wesleyan basketball on the right-hand side with it is Rosenquist. He hit the three moments ago. Rotation defense off the glass is Asleason. Asleason ties it up at 5-5. Back the other way, Lucas Lorenzen with a three from the right wing. 8-5 our score. His second three of the game. We're nearly 5 minutes into this contest. Dakota Wesleyan basketball, Rosenquist with the answer, no. Rebound tipped and out of bounds. Last touch by Rankin. It'll be Dordt basketball, and I think they got it right. They're going to give it back to Dakota Wesleyan, and I agree with that one. That one went off of Rankin out of bounds. So that rotation defense, Lorenzen got over there, but just couldn't prevent the right-hand shot over the left shoulder. Rosenquist to inbound, left side of the lane as we face the hoop. Rosenquist gets it inbounded to Asleason. Asleason working against Lorenzen. Asleason, 10-footer, no good, and the rebound flat-footed, taken by Fairclough. Fairclough gets it ahead, Rankin, Kopic, Lusher underneath. Lusher back over to Lorenzen. Lorenzen shot, no good from the left wing, and the rebound is controlled by Wesleyan. Dobney will get the basketball up the floor. Dordt leading 8-5, Wesleyan with it. And Dobney goes right-hand side to Asleason. Dobney. Back over to Rosenquist. Rosenquist three, that time too strong, no good. And the rebound cleared by Rankin. Rankin right side to Lorenzen. Lorenzen to Fairclough. Fairclough back over to Rankin. Rankin setting the offense. Dordt with the basketball. Right side Fairclough thought about the three. Instead goes back over to Rankin. His three, no good. Rebound deflected, picked up by Lusher. Back out front, Fairclough. Bend three, top of the key, missed it, no good. Rebound tipped, and Lusher chases it down in the in the corner. Ball loose, picked up by the defenders. Rankin another three, good. The Dordt defenders with three cracks at the basket that time, and finally the third try goes through, and the defenders lead 11-5. 11-5 our score. Asleason comes back over to Rosenquist, Dobney puts it on the deck, drives in, lost it on the way up. Picked up, here comes Lorenzen. Lorenzen with the basketball. Lorenzen driving in, spin move, puts it up, and he hits the deck hard, and he is fouled on the play. They're going to say the foul came before the shot, though. So Dordt will inbound the basketball. Right side of the paint as we face it. Dordt right now on a 6-0 run, courtesy a three by Rankin and a three by Lorenzen. Those two accounting for all 11 points for the defenders thus far. Throwing it in, Luke Rankin. Rankin with the basketball. Rankin throws it in to Fairclough. Fairclough with it on the right side. Fairclough back out front, Hargens. Jake Hargens, a freshman from Greenville, Iowa, checked into the ballgame at the last break. Right side Rankin. Rankin puts it on the deck. Nothing there. Lorenzen with the basketball. Lucas Lorenzen trying to dribble his way in, trying to crab walk his way in, and the double team knocks it away. with it on the right-hand side. Rosenquist into the paint. His shot no good. Tap-in attempt by Gotlock no good. And the rebound controlled by the defenders in Rankin. Rankin looking for Lusher posting up. Instead, they go to Hargens. Hargens with the basketball. Lorenzen at the top of the key. Lorenzen tries to pass it. It's deflected. Back over to Rankin. Rankin three. Thought it was in out of the hand. Started backpedaling, and it's a little bit short. Here comes Dakota Wesleyan. Wesleyan basketball. Back out front with it is Ditterman. Ditterman in a reserve from Harrisburg, averaging 8.4 points per game. Dobney three, no good. And the rebound is controlled by the defenders. Coming up with it is Rankin. Rankin with the basketball. Rankin throws it down for Lusher. Lusher working against Oliver Vincent. Lusher double teamed. Comes back over. Extra pass over to Hargens. 13 to shoot. Posting up Lorenzen. Lorenzen on the baseline. Lorenzen back out front. Rankin. 7 to shoot. Rankin in between the circles. 5 to shoot. Dribbles to the right elbow. Stops. Nothing there. Hargens head fake. Puts it up from 15. And they wave it off. They say the shot came after the buzzer. So the shot clock expires. And we are stuck at 11-5. Lorenzen and Fairclaw check out of the ball game. Vanessen is in along with Milliken. Hargens on the floor along with Rankin and Lusher. Randy Rosenquist. Pass deflected, taken away by Rankin. One player to beat, drops it off for Milliken. Milliken charges hard to the lip of the rim, lays it up with the right hand, good. Connor Milliken with the 2-point basket on the drive, and the Dordt defenders on an 8-0 run. Timeout charge to Dakota Wesleyan. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 30 seconds.
This broadcast also brought to you by Vision Realty. We are polished, experienced, and professional, offering excellence every step of the way. We are the vision you can trust.
And brought to you by Pizza Ranch, buffet, carry out, or delivery.
And brought to you by Ployne Publishing, quality printing from design to delivery. Ployne Publishing.
(13-5) our score. Dordt by 8. 11:34 remaining. (13-5) the score. Dordt by 8. Dakota Wesleyan basketball with it on the right-hand side. This is Vincent. Vincent pass deflected and taken back by Vanessen, and Vanessen with a steal, and he is fouled on the play by Vincent. That's number 1 on him. 13-5, Dordt by 8. 11:23 left to play here in the first half. The defenders in front. With it, Milliken. Dordt on an 8-0 run right now after it was tied 5-5. Lusher with it on the wing. Lusher comes back to Vanessen. Vanessen with the basketball behind the back dribble on the right-hand elbow. Comes back over to Lusher. Jackson with a rare three. No good. Rebound taken back by Jackson, and he drives hard to the basket. No call made on the reach-in, and here comes Dakota Wesleyan. Left side pass it goes. Back over to Detterman. Detterman with it. Back to Gatlock. Gatlock three. No good. Rebound Hargens. No-look pass from Rankin over to Lusher. Lusher unable to finish at the rim. Got it blocked. Rebound taken away by Dakota Wesleyan. Wesleyan into the corner. Nothing there for Detterman. Detterman back out front. Herman. Callan Herman passes right wing. Vincent averaging 2.6 points per game. Back over to Gatlock. Gatlock with it. 10:20 remaining. Jumper from 15, no good. Rebound cleared. Dakota Wesleyan with it. Gatlock another three. Missed it, no good. Rebound Vanessen in the corner. Vanessen comes back over to Hargens. Hargens gives it up to Rankin. Rankin with the basketball. Rankin has it out front. Rankin goes back over to Milliken. Milliken with it on the right wing. Milliken with the basketball. Jumper from 15, right baseline, no good. Rebound cleared by Gatlock, and right now the offense a little bit stagnant for the defenders. Long pass over the top, and that's the first basket for Dakota Wesleyan in a while. Callan Herman with the reverse layup, and that stops the 8-0 run. 8-0 our score. Wesleyan went scoreless for a while there. Wesleyan so far 1 of 11 on three-pointers, 20 total shots from the floor. They're 3 for 20 from the floor though, so far. Hargens with a drive with the left hand, unable to finish. Here comes Dakota Wesleyan. Two teams a frigid 8 of 36 combined so far. That's sub 25%. Dakota Wesleyan basketball, left side it goes. 3 on the way, and a three-point bucket by Detterman. And that makes it 13-10, and Dordt throws it away on the other end. Well, the defenders look like a team that has had a week off. Defenders with 6 turnovers already. A little bit loose with it, especially when you consider they average 11 turnovers per game. See if the defenders are able to tighten that up a little bit. 13-10, Dakota Wesleyan trailing with the basketball. Pass goes left-hand side, Detterman. Detterman with it on the wing. Detterman throws it to Asleason. Asleason back out front. 3 on the way, missed too strong, no good. Rebound taken away by Milliken. Milliken with the basketball on the right-hand side. Back to Kopic. Bryce crosses over, now comes back to the left-hand side. 17-footer good. Bryce Kopic with a 2-point bucket. It's 15-10. 15-10. Defenders playing man-to-man defense. Comes over to Dobney. Dobney puts it on the deck to the free throw line. Drops it down into the post. Asleason. Asleason with the right hand from the right side. Good. It's 15-12. 15-12. Defenders by 3. Right side. Milliken. Milliken 3. Short. No good. Hargens tries to poke it away on the rebound, and here comes Dakota Wesleyan. Wesleyan with the basketball. Dobney, a 3 ties it for Wesleyan with 7:49 remaining. Pass, left-hand side, Asleason. That's 7:43 left to go in the first half. Dordt leading 15-12 right now. Pass out front, Detterman. Detterman, floater in the lane, good. 2-point bucket for Detterman. Detterman makes it 15-14, so Wesleyan now has outscored the defenders 9-2. Since Dordt had a 13-5 lead. Milliken into the paint, and Connor Milliken is fouled on the way up. He'll go to the free throw line, and he will shoot 2 free throws. So far, Dordt 6 of 18 from the floor, 33%. Dakota Wesleyan 6 of 24 for 25%. Wesleyan, 13 of their 24 field goals have been three-point attempts so far. Free throw up and good for Connor Milliken, the freshman from Springfield, Nebraska, averaging 10.4 points per game. A second free throw on the way for Connor. Well, we got this one started a little bit earlier than anticipated, a little earlier than normal because the women's game, not a lot of fouls called. And now poking it away from behind is Bryce Kopic, but he's going to be called for a foul. Kopic whistled for the personal foul. And throwing the ball in will be Jacob Dobney. Dobney gets the ball inbounded to Rosenquist. That was foul number 1 on Kopic, foul number 1 on the defenders as a team. 13 minutes gone in this first half. Three-pointer for the tie, no good. Pardon me, for the lead, no good. Rebound cleared by the defenders. Lorenzen gets it away to Kopic. Kopic layup with the right hand, good. Bryce Kopic with 4, and the defenders lead 18-14. 6:48 remaining, first half. With it, left-hand side, Rosenquist picks up his dribble. He passes it off to Asleason. Asleason to Dobney. Dobney, Rosenquist. Rosenquist with it on the left wing. Rosenquist goes over to Dobney. Dobney with the basketball. Right side pass, 3, no good. Rebound tipped and controlled by Lubers. Lubers with the basketball. Comes back over to Dobney. Dobney into the paint. Back over to Rosenquist. Rosenquist with the basketball. Rosenquist. And he lost it on the drive. Rosenquist gets it away. Milliken passes it back over to Rankin, nearly over and back. They throw it to Fairclough. Fairclough with it. Back to the basket on the baseline. Ben wheels, puts it up, shot no good, and the rebound is cleared by Dakota Wesleyan. Dobney with it. Dobney all the way down to the basket and getting lost the assignment. Lubers with a 2-point bucket. And the defenders need a timeout. Timeout, defenders, their first of the ball game. Dordt leading 18-16, 5:52 left to go in the half. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 1 minute.
Today's broadcast brought to you by the Grain House in Hull. They have amazing coffee, energy drinks, breakfast, lunch, and more. With a big city feel, located only 10 minutes away in Sioux Center, they have a second location opening next year in Sanborn. Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973.
Welcome to Sioux Center, Iowa. Life in the center of everything. Where we connect with friends, coworkers, family, and the great outdoors. Knowing that in Sioux Center, you're never far from making the next great memory. And we grow great companies that make cutting-edge breakthroughs to make life better here and around the world. And when it's time to play, we keep friendship, family, and a bright future at the center of everything.
Checks into the game for the defenders. Pass into the paint intended for Van Beek from Fairclaw, and here comes Dakota Wesleyan with a chance to regain the lead. 5:33 left to go in the first half. Wesleyan has not led in this one as I look back at my notes. Throw it down to the post. This is Detterman. Detterman back to the basket. I beg your pardon, Osleeson. Osleeson shot no good. Rebound cleared by Lorenzen. Lorenzen outlets to Rankin. Wesleyan conceding the rebounds. They're getting back on defense. Bryce Kopic spots up for a three-pointer from the wing. And the Dordt defenders lead 21-16. 5 minutes left to go in the half. Osleeson to Herman. Herman, kick out pass. Dobney. Dobney three, no good. Rebound weak side, Osleeson. Osleeson. Back right side it goes, Lubers. Lubers. Dobney working against Rankin. Rankin not giving any ground. Dobney trying to bully his way to the hoop, and he wins that battle. First points of the day for Dobney. Dordt leads 21-18. 4.5 left to go in the game in the half. Right side it goes to Kopic. Kopic crosses over, back with the right hand, comes back, gets the return pass, and we've got a grab called on Dakota Wesleyan on the perimeter. Foul called on Callan Herman is his first. Team foul number 4 against the Tigers. I'm missing a couple. Better clean that up. Dobney has one. Herman has one. Vincent has one. Detterman has one for the defenders. So far they've been whistled for one foul. Rankin to throw the ball in. Rankin gets it to Lorenzen. Lorenzen off of the glass on the inbounds pass. He's got 10. Not sure how he got lost by the defense, but he did. He's got 10. Dordt leads 23-18. Reverse layup on the other end. Oliver Vincent comes back with the left hand. It's 23-20. Dakota Wesleyan hanging right in there. Dordt's led Dordt has led, has never trailed, I should say. We did have one tie. Rankin at the top of the key comes back left side to Lorenzen. Lorenzen to Kopic. Kopic with the basketball. Bryce has it in between the circles. Bryce on the left wing. His three, good. Bryce Kopic with the three. He's got 10. Dordt leads 26-20. The defenders have led by as many as 8 tonight. They lead by 6 right now. 26-20 our score. Driving in, shot no good. Rebound cleared by Vanessen. Vanessen over to Rankin. Rankin over the basketball, and now it's Dakota Wesleyan's turn to have a little displeasure. Three-pointer, Lucas Lorenzen, his third. 13 for Lorenzen, and Matt Wilbur asking for a foul call on the other end, and quite frankly, I don't blame him. Boy, it has been very physical tonight, both the women's game and now the men's game as well. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Timeout on the floor, charged to Wesleyan. Back with more in 1 minute.
This Dordt Media Network broadcast is brought to you By Sioux Concrete Construction, Rob Suen, owner, excelling in flat work, poured walls, decorative concrete projects, dedicated to providing customers with a good experience and quality workmanship. SiouxConcrete.com.
And brought to you by Huber's Plumbing and Heating. Whether you're looking for repairs, replacement, or maintenance for your air conditioning or heating system, Huber's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Orange City will exceed your expectations.
American State Bank is celebrating our 50th anniversary, and we couldn't have made it this far without your support. For us, banking just scratches the surface. We pride ourselves in our commitment to our communities, building meaningful relationships with our customers, and doing our best to have some fun along the way. We're proud to be a locally owned and operated bank, supporting the communities we serve. Thank you for choosing American State Bank. We can't wait to see what the next 50 years have in store.
Dakota Wesleyan basketball after the timeout. Dordt with their biggest lead of the ballgame at 29-20. Back-to-back threes for the defenders, extending the lead. Right side of the basketball, Dobney off of the glass, and Dobney ducking in and getting the 2-point bucket to go. Dordt leading 29-22. Like to see the defenders go into the locker room up at least 7 or 8. Out front, Kopic three, missed it, no good. And a foul on the rebound is going to go against Ty Van Essen, I believe. Ty whistled for his first, team foul number 2 on the defenders. And Dakota Wesleyan now with a chance to cut into the lead. 29-22. Trotting the ball into the front court is Oliver Vincent. No hurry there. Vincent right side guarded by Van Beek. Comes back out front, Osleisen the three, and back-to-back baskets by Dakota Wesleyan, and it's back to 29-25, and a turnover on the other end by the defenders. And here comes Dakota Wesleyan with a chance to cut what was a 9-point lead down to 2 or 3. Pass goes left side, driving in Dobney with the right hand from the left side. Jacob Dobney with 6, and the defender lead is 29-27. So that's an effective timeout for Dakota Wesleyan. They were down by 9, called a timeout. They respond with a 7-0 run over the next minute or so. With it back over to Van Beek. Van Beek, the junior from Harrisburg, for the defenders by way of Sioux Falls Christian High School. Down to the baseline is Rankin. Rankin baseline jumper, good. Luke Rankin with 5. Dordt leads 31-27. 1:20 and counting. 31-27 our score. 4-point advantage for the defenders. Wesleyan, ball deflected by Lorenzen, picked up. This is Vincent. Vincent with a 3. And that's the 3-pointer, the blessing and the curse of it. You got fool's gold once in a while where you make one and then you keep firing them. Wesleyan has gotten going a little bit here from the arc now, and they've trimmed what was a 9-point lead all the way down to 1. Bryce Kopic able to get around Gotlock unable to keep up with Kopic on the spin move. He's got a dozen. Dordt leads 33-30. So Wesleyan looking to maybe trade a 3 for a 2. They surrender a 2 on one end. Now they bring it the other way. On the right-hand side, Gotlock. Dobney in top of the key, nothing there. Comes back right side, Vincent down to the block, pulls up, 15-footer right side, good. Vincent has 7. Dordt leads by a point, 33-32. 15 seconds left on the game clock. That's remaining here in the first half. Dordt by a point. They'll hold for the final shot if they can. Rankin with the basketball, 4 seconds, now 3. Rankin fading away from 12, good. Luke Rankin with a buzzer beater, and the Dordt defenders take a 35-32 lead at halftime. Dordt by 3 at the break, 35-32. We're going to take a 3-minute timeout on KIHK and the Dordt Media Network, and we'll be back with more from the DeWitt Gym in 3 minutes.
Thanks to these Dordt Media Network sponsors, Ski Bout Window and Door, your local window experts. Whether building or replacing, we have the products, people, and knowledge to get the job done right. See Ski Bout and see the difference. Ski Bout Window and Door.
Thanks to M&H True Value. Behind every project is a true value. Start right, start here. M&H True Value.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Beaver Eye Care, serving Sioux Center and the surrounding communities for over 30 years. Come see Dr. Paul Beaver, Dr. Dan Klausing, or Dr. Reese Beaver for all your comprehensive eye care needs. This broadcast also brought to you by Vision Realty. We are polished, experienced, and professional, offering excellence every step of the way. We are the vision you can trust.
You're listening to Dordt Basketball on KIHK and watching on the Dordt Media Network. For those of you watching, you just saw the Dordt dance team performing at halftime. The Dordt Defender basketball team, the men's team, leading 35-32 at halftime of a game that, it's only 20 minutes after 8 o'clock. There's sometimes we haven't even started the men's contest at this point, but the women's contest ended up being a runaway. Not many timeouts called, not many fouls called in the men's contest. We had a total of 2 free throws shot in this one. And if we have the highlights to run on the Dordt Media Network, go ahead and run those. We'll take a look at some of the high points in terms of the numbers as well. The defenders, 14 of 28 from the floor for 50%, 6 for 13 on threes. Dakota Wesleyan early and often putting up threes. Nearly 50% of their shots have been on three-pointers. Randy Rosenquist had 1 of them. Defenders able to get out in transition a little bit. Connor Milliken, 3 points. He got 1 of those. He got 2 of those points on a field goal in transition. And you just have a feeling if Wesleyan's going to crawl into this one and stay in it the whole way, 3-pointers are going to be a big part of it. There was a rare 2-point field goal by the Tigers on a drive. Bryce Kopic ended up in the first half with 12 points by my count, 2 threes and 3 twos for a total of 12 points. So the defenders 50% from the floor, 50% on free throws, 1 for 2, 6 for 13 on threes, 46%. Both teams have 19 rebounds thus far. Turnovers, Dordt has 9, Dakota Wesleyan has 5. The defenders cutting down on their turnovers in the final 11 minutes of the first half. And they were plagued by turnovers early, but seem to have gotten that reconciled recently. For Dakota Wesleyan, 14 of 37 from the floor, 38%. 4 of 18 on threes, 22%. And they have not shot a free throw, settling for a lot of jump shots. Dordt is led in scoring by Lucas Lorenzen with 13. Bryce Kopic has 12. 7 for Luke Rankin, 3 for Connor Milliken. For Dakota Wesleyan, Vincent and Asleason have 7 each. Dobney has 6, 3 for Rosenquist, 2 for Lubers, 2 for Herman, and 5 for Detterman for their total of 32 points. Lubers has 6 rebounds to pace them in that category. Dobney has 2 for the Tigers in the assist category. For the defenders, 5 rebounds for Lucas Lorenzen, 4 assists for Luke Rankin to go with 2 steals. 3 rebounds each for Ben Fairclaw and Jake Hargens. Let's take a 3-minute break. We'll be back with a look at the scoreboard from around the league right after this 3-minute timeout.
Hello, Dordt University sports fans. Hope you're enjoying the game, whether you're a family or friend of a player or coach or a fan of the university. Now, these players and coaches have put in hours and hours of practice, and it shows. But there's one more thing that every coach makes sure the team has: a game plan. And if these players and coaches are willing to put this much effort into a game, how much more important is a game plan for your financial life? Now, the financial world continually becomes more complicated, and we keep ourselves plenty busy. And even if we have precious free time, most of us don't want to spend it wrangling over financial decisions, reading financial journals, or studying the latest tax legislation. But if you don't have either the time or the desire to spend hours upon hours learning and keeping up with the changing rules of the game in the financial world, and then figuring out how that applies specifically to your financial life, you don't have to do it alone. For over 40 years, Money Concepts, the planning firm here in Sioux Center, has been helping households to build their financial game plan upon all the things in life more important than finances. Because there's things in life more important than money, and none of them are things. I'm Tom DeYoung, financial planner and president of Money Concepts, the planning firm. Check us out on the web or social media, or schedule an intro meeting to see how a financial game plan might benefit you. We'll help you build your finances on all the things in life more important than finances, while being a good steward of the resources God has entrusted to your care. And check out our Money Concepts Radio podcast at moneyconceptsradio.com or on your favorite podcast app, where we dive into the relevant financial planning topics to bring clarity to the often confusing, ever-changing rules of the game in the financial world. Enjoy the rest of the game, and remember to spend your most valuable resources, your time and your attention, on the things in life that matter more than money. And go Defenders!
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University.
And brought to you by Pizza Ranch, buffet, carry out, or delivery.
Joyner and Zvort Dentistry, providing the latest in dental technology in a warm, comfortable, and relaxing environment. And brought to you by Ployne Publishing, quality printing from design to delivery. Ployne Publishing.
Welcome back to the DeWitt Gym. Let's take a peek around the league, and we are quite a ways in front of the other games happening right now, none of them at halftime. at first glance. Midland leads Mount Marty 31-26. That's with 6 minutes left to go in the half. Morningside leads Northwestern 22-21 in Sioux City. That's with 10.5 left to go in the first half. Briar Cliff leads Jamestown with 8 minutes left to go in the first half, 23-21. Hastings got out to an 11-1 lead on Concordia in Hastings and lead that one now 16-5 with 13 minutes left to go in the half. And the game you're listening to, Dordt leads Dakota Wesleyan 35-32 at the break in men's basketball. Earlier tonight in women's basketball, the Dordt Defenders with an 89-46 win over Dakota Wesleyan. Dordt was led by Macy Sievers with 19 points. She also had 10 assists, 6 rebounds, and 4 steals. Off of the bench, Gracie Schoenhoven ends with 17 points and 3 rebounds. 11 points for Carly Gustafson with 7 rebounds and a couple assists. Janie Schoenhoven ends with 8 points for the Defenders. Hayden Hymanson 6 points off of the bench as the Defenders improved to 10-0 this conference season. That was women's basketball earlier tonight here in Sioux Center, 89-46. Elsewhere, slight upset by my estimation. Jamestown on the road defeats Briar Cliff 73-68. Jamestown Jimmies, 19 points each from Audrey Rodakowski and Kate Cordes to pace them. Briar Cliff was topped by Kennedy Benny with 23 points. Also in women's basketball, Doane, a 93-47 winner over the College of St. Mary. Doane was led by, you guessed it, Mac Hatcliffe with 20 points. She is the leading scorer in the league. Midland defeats Mount Marty 60-46. Midland was topped by Gabby Baparthy with 17 points, 15 for Ariana Harrison. It was Concordia coming from behind at halftime to defeat Hastings tonight in women's play 70-57. The Concordia Bulldogs, Kendall Brigham came off of the bench to score 22 points. 10 points each for Tasha Rushton, Abby Creaser, and Sadie Powell. For Hastings, they were topped tonight by Bailey Kissinger off of the bench. She scored 14. We'll get a first-hand look at the Hastings Bronco women on Saturday. That'll be a 2 o'clock start time at Lynn Farrell Arena. And it was Morningside defeating Northwestern in Sioux City tonight, 62-52. Morningside was paced by Lily Vollertson with 12 points off of the bench. Chase Van Steel and Alexis Spire had 10 points each for the Mustangs. For Northwestern, they were led tonight by Hallie Anderson with 11 points, and Lexi Van Kickerix came off of the bench to score 10. Conference standings in women's basketball look like this. Dordt's 10-0, Concordia's 9-2. Briar Cliff and Northwestern both 7-3, Dakota Wesleyan 7-4, Doane, Morningside both 6-5. Jamestown 5-6, Hastings 4-6, Midland 2-9, Mount Marty 1-9, College of St. Mary is 0-11. Coming up on Saturday, Dakota Wesleyan is at Mount Marty, Morningside's at Midland, Northwestern's at Doane, Briar Cliff is at Concordia, and Dordt is at Hastings for GPAC basketball. Jamestown is at the College of St. Mary on Friday in their women's basketball game. Let's take a 2-minute break. Be back with the second half of play from Sioux Center in 1 minute.
At Premier Communications, we're all about connection, connecting you to all the entertainment, work, and family you love with our phone, internet, cable TV, and tech support services. And now, that connection has gotten even faster with internet speeds up to 1 gig. Experience the next level of connection with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call toll-free 800-741-8351. Premier Communications, looking ahead.
We understand how complex the financial landscape can be to navigate. Our goal is to free up your hands so that you can focus on what is most important in life.
35-32, the Dordt defenders with a 3-point lead at halftime of this men's basketball contest. Put another 20 minutes up on the board. And we'll get set for men's basketball the second half. In case you're wondering, men's conference standings heading into play tonight. Hastings 7-1, Morningside and Northwestern both 7-2. They're playing in Sioux City. One's going to take their third loss. Concordia 6-3. They trail Hastings in the first half. Dordt's 5-3. Dakota Wesleyan and Jamestown 4-5. Briarcliff 3-5. Midland 2-7. Doane 2-8. Mount Marty is 1-7. Wesleyan basketball to start the second half of play. Shot no good by the Tigers. Rebound cleared by Fairclaw. Fairclaw gets it away to Rankin. Rankin brings it up the floor. That was a missed two-point bucket by Rosenquist. Kopic wraps it around back over to Fairclaw. Fairclaw unable to finish at the rim. And Dakota Wesleyan comes back the other way. Dobney with it. Everything but the finish that time for the defenders. Dobney working against Rankin. Kick out pass. Asleason three. Good. 35-35, our first tie since it was 5-5. Dordt responded that time with an 8-0 run. Bryce Kopic drives the lane, lays it up with the right hand. He's fouled on the play by Callan Herman, and the bucket is good for Bryce Kopic. He's got 14. And the defenders lead it 37-35. Kopic and Lorenzen doing the bulk of the damage for the defenders so far tonight. 27 of the 37 points for the defenders from those two. And make it 28 out of 38 as Kopic gets the bucket to go on the free throw. 38-35. Right side pass, Dobney. Dobney with it, working for the pick and roll. Fairclaw picks him up. Dobney on the wing. Around the horn they go. Left side, Rosenquist. Rosenquist gives it up. Dobney. Dobney's shot no good, and the rebound is taken away by Milliken. Milliken with the basketball. Snaps it up the floor to Fairclaw. Fairclaw with it. Fairclaw hangs in the air. Gets the shot to go. That's his first field goal. And the defenders extend the lead back to 5, 40-35. Right side, Asleason. Asleason on the right wing. Gets it back over to Dobney. Dobney right side, Rosenquist. Rosenquist at the free throw line. Rosenquist comes back out front to Lubers. Driving in with the right hand. Missed it. Shot no good. Rebound controlled by Wesleyan, and we've got a foul called on the shot attempt, it appears. That's going to go on Connor Milliken. Foul number 1 on Connor Milliken. And Rosenquist will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Rosenquist's older sister plays on the women's team. First free throw is good. Second free throw on the way. Trying to make it a 3-point ball game. And that one's up and through as well. So Randy Rosenquist makes them both. He's got 5. And the Dordt lead is 3, 40-37. Left side pass goes to Kopic. Kopic with the basketball, right hand side to Rankin. Rankin with it on the right wing, out at the DU Cross logo. Into the corner, Lorenzen. Lorenzen 3, too strong, no good. And the rebound is cleared by Dakota Wesleyan. Wesleyan with the basketball, Rosenquist drops it off right side, Lubers. Lubers hands it off to Dobney out front. Dobney at the left elbow trying to penetrate. Dobney puts it up, blocked from behind by Fairclaw. Rebound taken away by Lorenzen. Here comes Rankin. Rankin sizing things up, passes it off to Milliken. Milliken layup good. He's got 5. The assist goes to Luke Rankin. Rankin now with 5. And the defenders have a 5-point advantage, 42-37. Rosenquist with it on the left side. Rosenquist driving into the paint. Kick out pass. Asleason. Asleason shot no good. Rebound taken away by Kopic on a jailbreak. Doesn't have the numbers, though. Kopic spins at the top of the key, holds it. Comes back over to Rankin. Rankin with the basketball on the left wing. Rankin goes back over to Fairclaw. Fairclaw against Rosenquist. Fairclaw gets around Rosenquist, drops it off for Lorenzen. His shot no good, but he's fouled on the play. Randy Rosenquist, there isn't a lot to him. He'll get stronger as he ages. They list him at 6 feet. That might be a little generous. Saw on their website, I believe he was 155 or 160 pounds. So as I said, he'll get stronger as he gets older. Lucas Lorenzen to the free throw line to shoot 2. Rosenquist averaging 13.6 points per game, the freshman. One of the leading scorers. He had a 39-point outburst earlier this year against Briarcliff. Lorenzen makes both free throws, and the defender lead is 44-37. Rosenquist driving right side, picks up his dribble, hounded there by Milliken. Pass left side, Osleson got it over to Lubers. Lubers with the basketball, gives it up to Vincent. Vincent to Lubers. Lubers into the paint against Fairclough. Quick left-handed hook, no good. Misses everything, and the rebound is taken away by Kopic. Bryce with the basketball. 3.5 minutes into the second half. Kopic shakes right, goes left, now finishes with the right hand. They are having a hard time keeping up with Bryce Kopic when they spread the floor. And the defenders lead it by 9, 46-37, and we have a timeout on the floor. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 30 seconds.
Thanks to Prairie Life Chiropractic, combining skill and expertise that spans the entire chiropractic, acupuncture, and physical health spectrum. They want you to move better and live better.
And today's live stream broadcast brought to you by Verhoof Automotive. Verhoof Automotive in Sioux Center is your local Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, and Buick dealer. Verhoof Automotive, worth the drive from anywhere.
46-37 our score. The defenders leading by 9. The defenders outscoring Dakota Wesleyan 11-2 since it was tied when Dakota Wesleyan tied it to start the second half on a Sam Osleson three-pointer. The defenders leading at 46-37. I'd like to welcome in all of our viewers as you join us for this evening's contest. Looking like about 600 of our close personal friends joining us for the men's broadcast up to this point. Women's broadcast, those numbers kept climbing as the evening went along. Right around 1,000, so thanks for joining us again. With the basketball, shot no good from the perimeter. Rebound cleared by Randy Rosenquist. Rosenquist around the horn. They go back over to Dobney. Dobney with it down to the baseline. Cut off there by Rankin. Dobney working it off of the glass. Good. Jacob Dobney would not be denied that time. 46-38, 39. Little bully ball. And back we go the other way. Rankin gives it up. Left side of Lorenzen. Lorenzen to Fairclough. Fairclough with the basketball. Fairclough, high-low pass. It goes from Milliken to Lorenzen. Lorenzen, 3 players around him, and he is fouled on the play. Yeah, we ended up with about 1,700 viewers on that women's contest, so combined with our KIHK faithful. Thanks for joining us here in the middle of January. Bang-up job again by the Dordt Media Network. Dordt leading this one, 46-39. Right-hand side with it is Rankin. Rankin throwing it in. Luke gets it into Lorenzen. 20 seconds to shoot. Lorenzen with it on the baseline against Osleson. Jumper right side good by Lucas Lorenzen. He's got 17. Dordt back up by 9, 48-39. Gatlock with the basketball to Vincent. Vincent back to Gatlock. Gatlock, they'll invite him to shoot the 3, and he skims that one in. Gatlock with the 3. Dordt leads 48-42. Lorenzen driving. Finishes with the right hand, and Lucas Lorenzen with 19. Defenders lead by 8, 50-42. 50-42, defenders by 8, 5 minutes plus into the second half. Defenders going after their 6th win of the conference here. Driving in is Dobney. Dobney, right hand, left side good on the drive. He's got 10 points, and the defender lead is 50-44. Right side with it is Rankin. Rankin back over to Kopic. Kopic with it on the wing. Bryce with the basketball into the paint. Lost it. Poked out. Coming up with it is Rankin. 14:24 remaining in the contest. Rankin driving in, and he is tripped up from behind, and he came down on the basketball that time. Right on the rib cage the way it looked. Foul called on Gatlock. Gatlock whistled for his first personal. There are times where Luke takes a beating. That time came down on the ball. And now Dordt inbounding Milliken. Rankin checks out of the ball game. Kopic will run point right now. Bryce with it, 17 feet. Shot no good. A rebound taken away by Lusher. Lusher, right-handed hook, good. Jackson Lusher with a 2-point bucket, and the Dordt defenders lead it 52-44. Timeout on the floor, charge to Dakota Wesleyan. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 30 seconds.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973.
This Dordt Media Network broadcast is brought to you by Sioux Concrete Construction. Rob Suen, owner, excelling in flat work, poured walls, decorative concrete projects, dedicated to providing customers with a good experience and quality workmanship. SiouxConcrete.com.
Well, Dakota Wesleyan uses that timeout. And it certainly appeared it was more about motivation than tactics. Pass goes to Gatlock. Gatlock into the paint against Van Essen, and he finishes. Gatlock will go to the free throw line for a three-point play opportunity. And Dion Gatlock now with 5 points, and he'll try to complete the old-fashioned three-point play and cut the lead down to 5. Currently stands 52-46. Free throw by Gatlock, no good. Rebound controlled by Lusher. Jackson gets it out to Kopic. Kopic with it on the wing. Kopic to Lorenzen. Lorenzen count the hoop, and he is fouled. Lucas Lorenzen splits the defense, gets the shot to go. And a free throw on the way, and Dakota Wesleyan's Matt Wilbur will call another timeout. Timeout on the floor, charge to the Tigers. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. This will be a full-length timeout. Back with more in 60 seconds.
Today's broadcast brought to you by German Farmers Mutual, protecting the farm and home since 1981. Northwest Iowa's local insurance partner, online at germanfarmers.com. Today's broadcast is sponsored by Northside Body Shop. When you expect the very best in the repair of your vehicle, call Northside Body Shop Limited today, serving the Sioux Center area since 1955. 712-722-2313.
Special thanks to all our Dordt Media Network sponsors. Volink Enterprises Incorporated, building homes for families and businesses in Northwest Iowa since 1962. Let's work together to bring your vision into reality. Volink Enterprises Incorporated. Today's broadcast is brought to you by the Van Engelenhoven Agency, your trusted independent insurance agency throughout Northwest Iowa. Contact the Van Engelenhoven Agency's Sioux Center advisors Mark Holsoff or Lisa Dykstra.
(54-46), Dordt by 8. Lucas Lorenzen with a chance at an old-fashioned three-point play. He's got 21, now 22. Dordt back up by 9, matching their biggest lead of the ball game. 55-46 right now. Right side pass, Dobney. Dobney to Gatlock. Gatlock, moments ago, a two-point basket, but missed the free throw. Goes to Osleason. Osleason back to Gatlock. Gatlock with it. Gatlock to Dobney. Dobney comes back to Osleason. Dobney, right wing three. Missed, no good. Rebound taken away by Milliken. Milliken back outside to Kopic. Kopic at the top of the key. Nothing there. Goes into the corner. Milliken. Milliken able to drive the lane. Reverse layup. Good. Milliken with 7. Dordt leads 57-46. An 11-point advantage for the defenders. Tiger basketball. Vincent. Vincent throws it to Osleason. Osleason underneath, and an easy basket for Detterman. Detterman with 7 as he cut into the paint and got the right-handed shot from underneath the basket as he came from the left side of the lane. That's all as you face the hoop. Top of the key 3, Kopic, and Bryce Kopic's got it going right now. Kopic now with 20. Dordt extends the lead to 12, their biggest lead of the ball game, 60-48. Dobney puts it on the floor, left side pass, Vincent. Vincent baseline 3, good. Vincent with 10. Dordt leads 60-51. Kopic answering with a 3. Yep. Bryce Kopic with his 4th 3. And the defenders lead 63-51. Kopic now with 23. Down to the baseline is Dobney. Dobney layup good. Jacob Dobney with a reverse layup, able to get through traffic and lays it up with the right hand. Out front is Kopic. Kopic, Milliken at the top of the key. Now Lorenzen, Lusher straight on. Back to Lorenzen. Lorenzen driving in and has it stripped on the way up. 11:39 left to go in the game. Still a lot of basketball left here. Dordt leading by 10. Tiger ball. They go to Dobney. Dobney fading away. Shot no good, and the rebound is cleared by Lorenzen. Lorenzen with the basketball. Lucas goes right side. Vanessen. Vanessen 3. Right corner. Missed it. No good. Rebound Dobney. Dobney trying for the transition basket. Players around him. Forces it up. Shot no good. And the rebound taken away by Lusher. Lusher back the other way. Lusher with it near midcourt. Lusher sidesteps the pressure. Gets it underneath to Milliken. Milliken reverse layup. Good. Milliken with 9. 65-53, the defenders by a dozen. 10:50 and counting, ball game. Gatlock, a 3 from the left wing, good. Young Gatlock with 8. Gatlock, early in the ball game, couldn't knock down a bucket, but now he's 3 for 6 from the floor, 2 for 4 on threes. Dordt up by 9 again. Lorenzen answering with a 3, missed it, no good, and the rebound is cleared by Dakota Wesleyan. So Wesleyan coming back the other way. Tigers have it. Detterman gets the return pass on the left wing. He'll put up a 3 and missed it, no good. Rebound cleared by Vanessen. In case you're wondering, Gatlock is about a 33% three-point shooter, 6 of 17, so a shade better than 33%. Milliken, double teamed on the drive, gets it away to Lusher. Lusher over the basketball, Dordt by 9. Lusher to the cutter, Milliken. Milliken with a reverse layup, good. And 8 points now for Milliken. And the Dordt lead is 67-56. Milliken with 4 field goals in the second half, 11 points for the ball game. Dobney gets it away underneath, and the layup by Asleason. He's got 12. Dordt leads by 9. Kopic with the basketball down to the baseline, spins, puts it up, draws the contact, gets the shot to go, and Bryce will go to the free throw line for a 3-point play opportunity. 69-58 pending the free throw with 9:19 remaining. So Kopic will go to the free throw line. Kopic makes it an 11-point lead with that bucket moments ago, and now he's got the 3-point play. Bryce Kopic now with 26, and the defenders lead 70-58. 70-58 our score. Driving in with the right hand and finishing is Lubers. Lubers with 4 points now. And the defender lead is 70-60. 70-60. Free throw by Jackson Lusher as he was fouled is up and through. Jackson now with 3. He's got another one. Second free throw is up and good. He's got 4, so Jackson Lusher makes them both. 72-60. And reverse layup on the other end, no good by Dakota Wesleyan. Hargens on the defense. Lusher comes away with the rebound, clears it. Lusher with the basketball, comes back over. And Rankin fading away from 12, good. Luke Rankin with 9. And the Dordt lead is 74-60, biggest lead of the ball game. Pass goes left side. This is Year. Caden Year checking in moments ago for the first time. Shot no good. Fairclaw pulls away the rebound off of the missed shot by Blaze Lubers, and here comes Dordt in transition. Shot no good, and the rebound is controlled by Wesleyan, and now we've got a jump ball called as Jackson Lusher forces the jump ball. So Dordt will inbound the basketball on the alternating possession. Luke Rankin. Rankin will throw it in right side of the lane as we face the hoop, and the defenders get the ball inbounded to Lusher. Jackson with the basketball. Comes back to Kopic. Kopic with it in between the circles. 13 to shoot. They'll isolate Bryce. Bryce, 26 points already. Hesitates, fading away. 15-footer in and out, no good. Halfway down, pops out, and here comes Dakota Wesleyan. Pass comes top of the key. This is Caden Year. Year checked in for the first time tonight, moments ago. Dordt leading with 7.5 minutes left to go in the game. Year into the paint, fading away from 10, no good. Rebound controlled by Fairclaw. Fairclaw for the basketball. Fairclaw up the floor. And he hands it off to Bryce Kopic, who sets the offense. Dordt leading by 14, 74-60. Kopic and Lorenzen with 48 combined, and then Connor Milliken chipping in with 11. Luke Rankin with 9. Rankin with the basketball, gets around his man, lays it up with the left hand, got hit, and he'll go to the free throw line to shoot a free throw. So Luke Rankin now with 11. And he's fouled on the play. There's your replay on the Dordt Media Network. Gets away from one defender, lays it up with the left hand, never brought the right hand over, scoops it up, and he's hit. Luke Rankin tonight, another Luke Rankin night. 11 points, 5 assists, 2 steals, 26 minutes of play. Inching his way up the all-time list in terms of assists. Free throw on the way for Rankin, off the heel, no good. He's stuck at 11 points. Dordt leading those 76-60. Defenders outscored Wesleyan 41-28 in the second half. Driving in right side, stopping. Kick out pass, 3 on the way from the top of the key. Callan Herman. Herman makes it 76-63, stops the bleeding for the time being. Dordt extended the lead to 16. Shane Hogsman in the ball game goes over to Hargens. Hargens to Rankin. Rankin over the basketball. Rankin driving in, stops in the air, gets it back over to Lusher. He sets a 3, good. Jackson Lusher with the 3. Jackson with 7. And the Dordt lead is 79-63. 79-63 our score. With it on the left-hand side, this is Herman. Herman back out front, Rosenquist. Rankin getting up towards 500 assists. He's got 466 through tonight. Three-pointer on the other end is up and down, and Dakota Wesleyan not fading away. Dordt still up a baker's dozen. 5:40 left to go. Rankin, 15-footer left side, missed it, no good. That last 3 from was by Nick Whittler. Whittler puts it on the deck, drives into the paint, nothing there, back out to Lubers. Lubers 3, good. And with Dakota Wesleyan's ability to knock down threes, there is always the possibility they can make a comeback. Dordt leading by 10 right now, 79-69 after back-to-back triples by the Tigers. Jake Hargens got fouled on a layup on the other end. Missed the layup, but he's going to the free throw line to shoot 2. So Jake Hargens to shoot 2 free throws. 5:20 remaining. First free throw, no good. Hargens a 78% free thrower. So the Tigers not out of this one yet. The defenders in control. Dordt has not trailed tonight. We've been tied twice. Once at the beginning of the first half, 5-5. Once at the beginning of the second half, 35-35. Another free throw on the way for Hargens. This one's up and good, so Jake Hargens makes 1 of 2. And the defender lead is 11, 80-69. Dakota Wesleyan basketball, Vincent. Vincent, cross-court pass to Detterman, and we've got a foul called. Foul's going to go on Luke Rankin. And for Luke, that's number 1. Inbounding the basketball will be Oliver Vincent. With it on the right-hand side is Vincent. Vincent kick out pass, 3, missed, no good. Rebound cleared by the defenders. Coming up with it is Luke Rankin, and Rankin tripped up, lunges after the basketball as it came free. And the ball goes out of bounds, last touched by Dordt. It'll be Dakota Wesleyan basketball. And Brian Van Haften not pleased. He's going to use a timeout. Tonight has been an odd night from an officiating standpoint, both the women and the men. Much more physical tonight than we had seen in previous GPAC contests. Probably just the time of the year, but boy, we've had bodies on the floor and just some things that you would normally see fouls called on both ends. And it has just turned into a kind of a physical, grabby game. Dordt leading 80-69. And Dordt uses a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 30 seconds.
This live stream broadcast brought to you by Napa Auto Parts in Sioux Center. Your source for quality automotive parts for your car or truck. Let them use their knowledge to help you find the right vehicle battery, brakes, filters, headlights, wipers, and other parts needed to get your job done. Napa Auto Parts in Sioux Center.
$80-69 our score. The defenders leading by 11. The Dordt defenders with an 11-point lead with 5:03 remaining in the game. And Dakota Wesleyan bringing it up the floor. They pass left side to Dobney. Dobney with it. Dobney comes back left side, Vincent. Vincent with it on the wing over to Gatlock. Gatlock with the basketball. Gatlock comes back to Dobney. Dobney 3, missed, no good. And the missed shot ends up bouncing off of the rim. Knocks off of the shot clock and is ruled out of bounds, and Ben Fairclaw will inbound the basketball. Luke Rankin will bring it up. Dordt leading 80-69. Defenders in control, but this one not over. Kopic into the paint. Pull up from 10. Short, no good. Rebound, Hargens, no. Rebound cleared by Dakota Wesleyan and Sam Osleson. Left side pass, Dobney. Dobney working against Luke Rankin. And Dobney into the paint. He's got 14, and the defender lead is 80-71. 4 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in regulation. With the basketball out front is Rankin. Rankin gets the return pass, top of the key three, splash. Luke Rankin with 14, and the defender lead is 83-71. Oliver Vincent on the right side down to the baseline. Reverses all the way over to Gatlock. Gatlock, wing jumper, good. Dion Gatlock with 11 points, all in the second half. Dordt leads 83-74. 3.5 left to go in the game. Let's see if the defenders elect to take some time off the clock here. Throw it into Fairclough. Fairclough with the basketball on the wing. Fairclough out front, it goes Kopic. Kopic underneath Lorenzen. Lorenzen double teamed, and Lorenzen is going to be called for traveling. So 83-74 our score. Jake Hargens will check out of the ball game. And I think we have an issue with some blood on the floor. So while that is taken care of, we will take an official's timeout. Let's take a 1 minute break. We'll be back with more from the DeWitt Gym in 1 minute.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Rental. Get ready to power up your projects with equipment rentals from Rental. From heavy-duty machinery to the latest power tools, they've got the gear to make your projects a success. Visit them online at rental.com or call 712-722-3928. Today's broadcast is brought to you by NewTek. At NewTek, they don't just sell equipment, they deliver performance, reliability, and innovation. Their team of experts is there to guide you every step of the way, ensuring you find the perfect equipment for your needs. Today's broadcast is brought to you by NewTek. They're your partner for success when purchasing equipment for construction, manufacturing, ag, and other industries. Don't miss the opportunity to transform your business and redefine your productivity standards with NewTek. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Rental. Looking for top-notch rental equipment? Look no further than Rental in Sioux Center, Spencer, Storm Lake, and Sioux Falls. Rental, your regional equipment rental experts. Visit them online, rental.com, or call 712-722-3928.
The Dordt defenders with an 83-74 lead. Dordt athletic training staff. Lindsay Hogendorn front and center as she takes care of some blood on the floor over in front of the Dakota Wesleyan bench. And here we go, Wesleyan basketball down 9. A chance to really make this a ball game with a made basket here. Out front, Dobney. Dobney splits the defense. Too strong with the left hand. But there to clean up the mess is Sam Osleson. Osleson with 2. He's got 14. Dordt leading by 7. Milliken driving in. Connor Milliken with the driving basket. He's got 13, 10 in the second half. Dordt leads 85-76. Two teams trading 2 baskets, 2-point baskets. Gatlock with the basketball, goes outside. This is a 3, no good by Vincent. Taking it away is Osleson. Osleson with the 2-point bucket. He's got 16. And the defenders lead by 7 again, 85-78. 2.5 left to go in the game. Dordt trying to take some air out of the basketball right now. They'll take it down near the 2-minute mark before they shoot, if everything works according to plan. 2:17 and counting. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Rankin splits the defense. Top of the key 3. Lorenzen, the elevator play, good. Lucas Lorenzen with a 3-point bucket, and the Dordt defenders go back up by 10, 88-78. The defenders right at their season average, 88-78, their 10-point lead. Let's take a 1-minute break. This time out brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in a minute.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
(88-78), Dordt with a 10-point lead. A 3-point basket by Lorenzen, changing the complexion of this a little bit. Lorenzen now with 25. Bryce Kopic with 26. 14 and 13 each for Rankin and Milliken, respectively. Wesleyan with the basketball, 2 minutes remaining. Pass goes left side, Detterman. Detterman drives in, his shot no good. Rebound deflected, picked up by Osleson, stolen away by Milliken. And the defenders will walk it up the floor. Rankin will take it across half court. 24 on the shot clock. Rankin working against Dobney. Rankin dribbling it out right in front of Nick Nelson, the official. Dordt's in the double bonus on the next foul against Dakota Wesleyan. Rankin with the basketball, gets around the ball screen, lays it up with the left hand, good. Luke Rankin with 16, and the Dordt lead is 90-78. Wesleyan with the basketball, Vincent on the wing. Vincent goes over to Osleson, his three missed, no good, and the rebound is cleared by Lorenzen. And Dordt will take their time up a dozen. Rankin with the basketball, fires it into the front court to Fairclough. And Luke Rankin shaken up on the play. Not sure if he's working on a cramp or if he tweaked an ankle, but Dordt will call for a timeout. Timeout charged to the defenders. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 1 minute.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
Lorenzen on the fly, and Lucas Lorenzen with another two. He's got 22. Then Gustafson squares up against Neerum. Gustafson underneath to Schoenhoven. Schoenhoven layup good. She's got 8. Ball is inbounded to Bryce Kopic. He is fouled on his way to the hoop. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Kopic sitting at 26 points by my count. Free throw by Bryce, up and good. Bryce tonight, 3 for 3 now from the free throw line. There have not been many free throws shot tonight. Dakota Wesleyan has only attempted 3, all in the second half. Second free throw on the way for Kopic. This one's up and good. The defenders haven't shot that many either. A few more, 11 of 14, but for how physical it has been at times, especially on the perimeter when you try to dribble, not many fouls called. Ranji Rosenquist with the 3. He's got 8, and the defender lead is 92-81. So the defenders for a moment up 14, and then Rosenquist hits a 3 to make it 92-81. Shooting 2 more free throws will be Bryce Kopic. Kopic, an 85% free thrower this season. I said he was perfect from the free throw line. I think he missed 1. Let me double check that. Nope, he is 4 of 4, now 5 of 5. 4 for 5 on three-pointers was Kopic tonight. 10 for 15 from the floor. 30 points for Bryce Kopic, matching a season high. Defenders lead 94-81. I think this one as much as finished. Lucas Lorenzen shoved out of bounds as he gathers in a rebound, and with 42.8 seconds left to go, defenders up 13. More free throws on the way for Lucas Lorenzen. And Lucas Lorenzen with 25 points. The Dordt defenders, well, coming up a big game in Hastings this Saturday. Defenders, I would imagine they feel like one maybe got away from them against Hastings the first time around back in December. Boy, that one's over a month ago already. The defenders had a chance in that one, and then some untimely turnovers. And that one slipped through their fingers, so now you got to try to go on the road and get the conference leader this Saturday. Second free throw by Lorenzen is up and good. Defenders 96 points again. So plus over their average. And now Dakota Wesleyan will go with a full lineup change here. On the floor for the defenders, it is Van Beek, Lusher, Hogsma, Hargens, and Van Essen. For Dakota Wesleyan, Brady Fritz. He's got it out front. Pass goes left side, Ethan Cheeseman. Cheeseman's shot no good. And you see that Cheeseman name for Dakota Wesleyan. Wonder if it is any relation to, I think it was, Kennedy? There was a Cheeseman who played for Dakota Wesleyan's women's team somewhere back in the history of the last 24 years or so. Lusher loses it at midcourt. Stolen, and the layup by Ethan Cheeseman. Cheeseman with the two. Dordt leads 96-83. Defenders will take it across the timeline, and Dakota Wesleyan works a trap against Lusher. He throws it back over to Hargens. Hargens to Hogsma. 12 seconds remaining. Van Beek with it out in front of the scores table, and that's how this one's going to end. Dordt 96, Dakota Wesleyan 83. The defenders now 13-4 overall, 6-3 in the conference. Dakota Wesleyan 9-9 and 4-6. That's your final, 96-83. Stay tuned. The Wireless World post-game show coming up. Wireless World bringing you the post-game show. They're your local authorized retailer with 7 locations in Northwest Iowa. Visit them at wirelessworld.com. Let's take a 3-minute break and be back to get into the Wireless World post-game show right after this 3-minute timeout.
Hello, my name is Quentin Olson.
I'm Parker Freeman.
Hey, I'm Clay Boss. I'm from Holland, Michigan. I'm from Holman, Wisconsin.
I'm from Ontario, California.
One of my favorite things about working at the Dordt Media Network is being able to come in with no previous experience of broadcast or camera work and being able to learn all of that up to a directing role. I'd like to shout out my parents who watch all the games from home.
You're watching the Dordt Media Network.
And you're watching the Dordt Media Network. Thanks for watching the Dordt Media Network.
Today's Dordt Media Network livestream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
Hi, my name is Lynn Marie Tremolian.
My name is Tyler Vanderwoon.
Hi, my name is Noah Zylstra. I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
I'm from Pella, Iowa.
And I'm from Springfield, Kentucky.
One of my favorite things about the Dordt Media Network is being able to go to various Dordt sporting events throughout the year.
My favorite part of the Dordt Media Network is being able to produce a quality live stream for people to watch at home.
Thanks for watching the Dordt Media Network.
And you're watching Dordt Media Network.
Thanks for watching the Dordt Media Network.
Let's check in now with the Wireless World post-game show. Wireless World bringing you the post-game show. They're your local authorized retailer with 7 locations in Northwest Iowa. Visit them at wirelessworld.com, and we're going to get right into those highlights. So go ahead and run the highlights on the Dordt Media Network, if you would, please. And we will then get into the numbers and recap things. The Dordt defenders tonight, it was, it started as a two-headed monster of Lorenzen and Kopic with over 20 points, but then factoring in quickly, Luke Rankin ends with 16 and Connor Milliken with 13. The defenders in control most of the second half, and Dakota Wesleyan trying to counter from the three-point arc. 38 of their 81 shots from the floor were from the arc, and they made just enough to keep it interesting. Luke Rankin, another 7 assists. Jackson Lusher, a three-point bucket. And for Jackson off of the bench, he ends up with 8 rebounds to go along with his 7 points. And the Dordt defenders win it by a final today of 96-83. We will let Lucas Lorenzen put that headset on, and then we will get to him in just a moment. While he does that, one game in the conference, I'm going to call it for Midland, 72-46. They've still got some time left, but that one's going to end up being a Midland win the way it looks. The rest of the games, though, too close to call at this point. We're about 10 minutes in front of everyone in terms of playing time, so there's still significant amounts of basketball to be played. Hastings leads Concordia 59-54. Briarcliff leads Jamestown 64-61. Morningside leads Northwestern 58-50. The home team is leading in all of those contests. And Lucas Lorenzen, a sophomore from Milford, Iowa, takes a seat beside me. You pay attention to the conference scores, Lucas, when the night's all over? Do you take a look at things, or do you just take it as it comes?
Yeah, usually I'll see the scores somewhere on Twitter, maybe the next morning, but no, it's always just crazy to see like how many teams are just, the worst team can beat the best team on any given night, and it's just cool to see all those scores. But yeah, I usually look at them the next morning.
Taking on a Dakota Wesleyan team tonight, proved they were very capable, beat Morningside last week at home. That always gets my attention, and I describe many teams as capable. Dakota Wesleyan, a very capable team. How did you prepare for this team? What's been the focus on practice the last 3 days?
They don't have any bigger guys like maybe Northwestern does, and so they have a lot of guards who can really shoot it, and they offensive rebound the crap out of it. And they did that tonight too. And so they like to drive baseline, so we're just trying to take away some baseline drives because they play really well out of that, getting layups and easy guys open for threes. So just making sure we take away that and really box out on the rebounds and get it and run just like we always do.
I'm going to ask you the same thing I asked Macy Sievers. What does Coach Van Haften say after a ball game like tonight? You get back in the locker room. What's the first thing he says on a night like tonight?
He just says that he's really proud of all of us and that we just played our hearts out. And you know, it's like what you said. You know, Dakota Wesleyan's a capable team. They're a good team. They beat Morningside, and so. You know, he's just really proud of us after every game, win or lose, so he loves us.
What do you do over break?
Over break, just got in the gym as much as I could, hung out with family. I got to see some friends from high school I haven't seen in a while, and it was good.
How have you had to improve? I don't know if improve it. Have you had to change your game in the last year and a half when you got to college and playing college basketball? Have you had to change?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say I had to really develop just catching and shooting and shooting off the dribble, because once you get to college, it's a whole nother level. You really got to be able to shoot the ball. So that's a part of my game I've been working on, and just being able to finish through contact as well.
Do you consider yourself a student of the game? I mean, I see Luke Rankin, and I know he's one of those guys that can't watch enough, it doesn't seem like. Do you fall in that category? Where do you fall in that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm definitely a student of the game. I'm always just watching every college basketball game that's on. I don't care who's playing. I'm always watching and just seeing what I can do, just to kind of a sense of comparison, just to see, you know, what those guys are doing compared to what we're doing on defense, offense, just those types of things. So I'm always watching games and just seeing how different it is.
Remind me again what you're studying here at Dordt.
Physical therapy.
And how is that going?
It's going good. It's going
yeah?
good. It's going to be a busy semester, but it's nothing I can't handle. So.
What kind of classes are you into? Second semester, sophomore year, pre-physical therapy. What are you in?
Taking chemistry, stats. What else am I taking? A couple psychology classes, and then another core history class I got to take yet.
It's a ways away yet, but you want to go PT school? Is that the goal when this is all finished here?
My first goal is to go play professional basketball overseas. That's goal number one. And then depending how that all works out, then come back and go to physical therapy school after that.
Okay. I'll let you go shower up. Thanks for coming up. Nice game tonight.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
That's Lucas Lorenzen. He is a sophomore on the Dordt team, and we'll get that microphone turned down so you don't hear the clatter. And the Coach Brian Van Haften's going to come over and have a seat beside me, and this will be the first time we're talking to Coach Van Haften live on air in 2024. Those guys went to Jamestown without me last week and left me behind. Didn't hold the bus up for me, and
we missed you.
You did all right.
Yeah, we did
all
okay.
right. What do you think tonight? I asked Lucas. I said, "What is Coach saying a night like tonight?" And he said, he says, basically proud of you guys. You played a very capable Dakota Wesleyan team, controlled the game for the most part, and took. I don't know that you always get caught up in the details. You do that, you can drive yourself crazy.
Oh,
can't you?
yeah. You know, every game is its own dance, and tonight we just didn't rebound the ball well, but they shot a lot of threes, so it's bouncing out deep, and it's going over the top of our heads, and sometimes it's easier to get some old boards when you shoot a bunch of threes, and so I realize that, but we need to do a little better job with it. They chased it down well. We turned it over a little bit too much in the first half. Luke Rankin was throwing the basketball over the top a little bit, and in the second half we said, man, let's keep it all the way down to the other end, and he started dishing out for a couple of easy assists, and he did a much better job. Luke Rankin was great tonight. Lucas and Bryce was really good tonight. I mean, Bryce kind of got us going at the end of the first half, and he kept it going in the second half, and Bryce was definitely the best player on the floor there tonight. You see Lucas had a really good game as well, and yeah, a good game. Lusher had a really nice second half, and we didn't defend all that well, but we scored each and every trip down the floor, and we just had the floor spaced out well. That Milliken played well in the second half too. He's just really good at get a feel for scoring the basketball.
I take a look at things, and 7 of 12, 6 for 8, 10 of 15, 9 for 12. When the players who are getting the lion's share of your shots are getting good looks, this is a pretty dangerous team on offense.
We are. We're a good offensive basketball team. Just in the first half, I thought Dakota Wesleyan did a really nice job, and we for whatever reason, we just didn't quite get it done. But Actually, we shot 50% from the field. We just didn't get to the foul line very much and turned it over just a little bit. But, man, Dakota Wesleyan's got a really nice team. Against the guards can really handle it. Their 4s and 5s shoot the basketball well. Man, it's a really tough game out there tonight.
57-49, you outscored Dakota Wesleyan in the second half. I think the thing that I looked at was, yeah, they got it down to 6 or 7, I believe, at one point.
Yep.
But you really controlled things.
You did.
You never let them get on a 3-minute run where, man, they put you on their heels and they just knocked down shot after shot. You stayed away from that.
We did. And good guard play will do that, right? And we made good decisions with the basketball in the second half. We just had 4 turnovers in the second half. And so, yeah, just a really good night. I think that guys who didn't get in the game tonight really had a great week of practice to get us ready for this game. Xavier Van Beek had a really nice night of practice last night. And so all those guys, Tyler Prince has been really good lately. And so I'm really happy with those guys and how they're doing it. I didn't mention all of them, but I should. But, yeah, those guys are doing a really good job, and they root for each other, and it's a really great group.
I take a look at the conference scores. They're too close to call at this point. And Midland is going to beat Mount Marty 79-57, but that's not a factor in terms of the top of the conference. But you've got Hastings by 3 over Concordia right now. Plenty of basketball left there. Jamestown leading Briar Cliff by 3. That's with 3.5 minutes left. Morningside right now, a little bit of space on Northwestern, 64-56. But this is when, 5 weeks, 6 weeks left. This is when you really start taking a look and things start to take shape.
You do. I've always said this to the guys. I said this to you too, Mike. I really enjoy the conference race, and not just about where Dordt is. I just enjoy watching it. I like watching the other teams from afar, and it's going to be a really good race. There's some really good basketball teams in this league. There's not a night off, and so it's really a lot of fun, and I enjoy that.
Coach, I will let you go. We'll see you down in Hastings on Saturday.
Okay, that sounds good, Mike. Thank you for that. And, just want to make sure I keep talking about our guys. And one of the things Austin Van Dong says once in a while, he says, man, with our Christian faith that we have, we don't want to be just fans. We want to be followers. And I think our guys are doing a really good job with that. We're all at chapel this morning with a great chapel service. And our guys are just in a good frame of mind with each other. Basketball's a hard game. But at least we're together, and we have a good fight to us as we serve the Lord as we play.
Coach, I will let you go. Thanks for coming up.
Thank you, Mike.
That's Coach Brian Van Haften, and let's take a look at those final numbers. Dordt, 35 of 58 from the floor, 60%, 11 of 21 on threes, 52%, 15 of 18 on free throws, 83%. For Dakota Wesleyan, 34 of 81 from the floor, 42%, 13 of 38 from the three-point line, 34%, 2 of 3 from the free throw line, 67%. Dordt a 39-34 rebounding edge. Turnovers, Dordt committed 13, really cut down on the turnovers late in the game. 6 turnovers for Dakota Wesleyan. The Dordt defenders led tonight by Bryce Kopic's 30 points. Lucas Lorenzen ends with 27 on 9 of 12 shooting. Connor Milliken, 13 points, 6 of 8 from the floor. He got 10 points in the second half. Luke Rankin, 16 points tonight. 7 points for Jackson Lusher off of the bench, 2 for Ben Fairclaw, 1 for Jake Hargans. Rebounds, Lucas Lorenzen ends with 9, Ben Fairclaw with 6, and Jackson Lusher ends with 8. 7 assists for Luke Rankin, 3 for Ben Fairclaw, 2 for Connor Milliken. 2 steals each for Connor Milliken and Luke Rankin. For Dakota Wesleyan, Sam Osleeson, 16 points, 7 of 14 from the floor, 14 points for Jacob Dobney, 8 points for Rosenquist, 7 for Lubers, 10 for Vincent, 5 for Herman, 3 for Whitler, 7 for Detterman, 11 for Gatlock, and 2 for Cheeseman for their total of 83 points. They were led in rebounds by Osleeson with 9, Lubers ends with 6, and 5 assists for Dobney, 3 for Osleeson, 2 steals for Rosenquist. The defenders are now 6-3 in the conference and 13-4 overall. The Dordt women earlier tonight, winners as well, 89-46 over Dakota Wesleyan. Dordt women are now 10-0 overall, 14-1 in the conference. 15-1 overall, 10-0 in the conference. I think that is going to put the bow on this one. Taking a look at some other things, and I don't have anything more to tell you other than the 3 games that were close are still close, and the one that was a bit of a blowout is still a bit of a blowout in conference play. So that is going to do it for our broadcast. We'll be back on the air Saturday afternoon from Hastings as the Defender women and men travel to Hastings, Nebraska to take on the Broncos. 2 o'clock start time for the women and about a 3:45 start time for the men. You can hear it on KIHK this Saturday. That's going to do it for our broadcast. A thank you to Carson Schubert back at the Sioux County Radio Studios. Thank you to Rich Lodewijk and the Dordt Media Network students as well, the student employees doing yeoman's work once again on that. And that's going to do it for